Koh Larn. This is the most interesting island, the closest to Bangkok. Before we start, I'd like to show you how I've arrived yesterday afternoon. I took a taxi from my hotel in Pattaya to Bali High Pier. Once I've arrived at the pier, it was only a small walk to the boat. On the pier, you can have a good look at the skyline of Pattaya, and there's actually no need for you to purchase any tickets beforehand yet. You just have to arrive 15 minutes before your departure. Before I left, I had a peek at the schedule, so you're able to catch the same ferry if you'd like to. This ferry takes about 45 minutes. You go the local way, where you share the boat with a lot of locals and a lot of tourists heading also to the island. It is also possible to catch a speedboat. This will cost you about 150 for one way, and it takes around 20 minutes to get there. But we only pay 30 bahts and traveling with a somewhat slower boat, but it only takes 40 minutes. If you are asthmatic, you might consider catching the speedboat because I was sitting pretty much all the way in the fumes of the ferry. This way you do not have to sit in the fumes and you get a pleasant way over to Koh Larn. You're able to get out of Naban or Tatwen beach. It is low season when I'm filming this video, so there will be a little bit more construction going on than usual. And once I've arrived, I experienced some of it already right at the pier. There will be a lot of people trying to get you a taxi ride or approach you to see if you want to rent a motorbike. You can rent motorbikes on the island starting from 200 baht, but expect to pay about 300 baht, which is a normal price over here. I've decided to stay here for a few nights, so I'm able to create this video for you. At the moment, I'm at Naban Pier. This is where I got dropped off yesterday. The town on this side of the island has a lot of mini markets, quite a few cafes, restaurants. There are also a few 7-Elevens here. I did the math and I figured out that the prices are roughly 35% higher than on mainland. The moment you step on the island, you immediately find yourself in a very calm, relaxed island vibe. Like any touristic island really in Southeast Asia, it might be a little bit stressful arriving and leaving the island, as there are a lot of people offering services. Just be prepared for that, sit that through. Now let's hop on the bike and explore the island. I just took you to the first beach, Tatwen beach. This is the main beach. Sawadee krap. And a beauty she is. It is literally the softest sand, white. And even though it's cloudy, you can see the water is turquoise blue. It is possible to rent a jet ski, hop on the banana boat, go subbing, the ultimate holiday feeling. This beach is 700 meters long. It's reachable from mainland directly to this pier right here. It's also possible to walk from Naban Pier. It's about 25-minute walk. The motorbike drive through the island took us only 5 minutes, and except from one steep climb and downhill, it was actually quite a safe journey due to the nice paved road. Right next to the beach there are a lot of beach shops, and because the sun came out, I did not expect this at all. I might as well get myself a hat. 200 baht. Can you give a little bit discount?
180.
180? Let's do it. Thank you. A Thailand hat. Thank you so much. Kapun makrap. Thank you. So there was a storm coming up and it's supposed to be cloudy and raining and windy all day long, but there's no wind at the moment. The sun is out. I got myself a hat. The lady asked 200. I asked for a little bit discount. On a touristic island like this, I can only expect that people are used to the bargaining, and yeah, this is always something maybe a little bit awkward for people, but it is totally normal to bargain a little bit. I'm sure I could have got her down to a lot less than 180, but even though it looks like very busy at the moment, it's not, because it is low season and the island can hold a lot more tourists than this, and they're used to a lot more tourists coming in let's say November, December, January. You can arrive by speedboat and by local ferry. When you arrive on this side of the island, you will arrive straight into paradise. Yet again, on this side, there will be a lot of people trying to help you, approaching you to see if you want to have a motorbike for rent or want to have a taxi to your hotel. It is all friendly, and yeah, just be prepared to be approached. It might be slightly annoying to you. Just to say respectfully no if you do not want to use the services, and always keep that smile going. You are on a tropical island. Yeah, so don't let this ruin your vibe, and don't let this ruin your experience here on the island. Jet skis are for rent here at this beach for 1,000 baht for 30 minutes. From this pier you can also go to a different beach, a smaller beach, the Sangwon beach. You're gonna have to watch your step because the wooden structure does not look very well maintained, but it does give that proper island feel to it. I actually quite like this walkway. It's only a 2-minute walk from the main beach. And it's super quiet over here, it's very calm. The water is calm as well, and there's no one in the water, like only a handful of people. So lucky with the weather. It's the end of July and the sun is out. Like the start of raining season, and you can expect a lot of rain during this time, but the majority of the time it's either way overcast or not raining. If it rains, it does rain heavily though. What's going on here? It's an interesting looking bar. What do you call? Wow, a lot of places to lounge here. And this section looks closed, and then again it's just low season. Yeah. Proper island vibe, guys. Really. You can rent your snorkel gear here. I might as well show you a menu so you know what's available. You can pause it and zoom in so you can have a look at the prices as well. Nice little bay. It's about 100-meter long beach. It's got the same soft sand than at the main beach. It's got a few accommodation options, only a few. You can check them out on Agoda or booking.com. In this video I'm not only showing you beaches, but to get the most beautiful beaches out of the way, I'm taking you now to the next beach. We are at Thong Lang Beach. Got some very nice accommodation on the right. There are a few more options. It feels more couple friendly. A little bit more romantic, less children walking around. It's a little bit bigger than the one that we visited before. Quite a few options to sit. This beach is about 200 meters long. Sand is the same. The beach is clean, but I find a little bit more stones and coral on this beach. Might have something to do with the current. I'm not too sure if this is the case all year around. Might be not so pleasant on your feet. A small drive up the hill, and I've arrived at Parinya Hill for a cold coffee, an iced coffee. This is my type of cafe. It is local. They probably have good coffee here, I'll let you know in a minute, and have good prices, like 80 baht for iced cappuccino. That is reasonable. Sometimes I pay that even in the north of Thailand. And you got this beautiful view of the coastline of Pattaya. Quite milky, but it is good enough. We're actually on top of a hill, so we see Pattaya on one side, and then if you go to the other side of this cafe, you can have a look at Tawin Beach. The small island there is called Koh Larn, and we're looking over the Naban village on Koh Larn. I've parked my motorbike and I'm now walking the last 500 meters to the Tawin Beach Viewpoint, passing the giant statue called Luang Por Tuat. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a steep climb, ladies and gentlemen. It's only 500 meters up the hill. It's not too bad, but it is bloody hot and I'm out of shape. Oh, better be worth it. I'll see you guys up top. I think we're here. It's the highest point of the island. The view is getting blocked a little bit by some bamboo branches and some tree tops, but it's absolutely beautiful, especially when you leave again, you're facing Downstairs you're facing the beach and the bay. You can hear a lot of noise coming from the jet ski engines though, and the speedboats driving around. That's maybe a downside if I have to call any downsides of it. And you can also hear sometimes the ferry before it leaves, it just goes beep beep beep. So that's the only noise that is maybe bothering you whenever you're here. It's the sound of a touristic island, I guess. Yeah, not so serene anymore on the main beaches, but you definitely, because there are so many beaches here, you definitely find some serenity. Koh Larn is developed for tourism, but I don't think it's overdeveloped. If you look around, there's a lot of green, there's a lot of trees. I was thinking that the island would be a lot more developed and will be a lot less trees standing around and made place for resorts and stuff like that. Almost none. There are a few resorts over here, but they're also not massive. So I think they try to maintain some of the serenity of the island. There is another viewpoint called Samet Beach Viewpoint. It looks like this. We crack on our journey on Koh Larn. This island is family friendly, but you have to hold your kids' hands if you have little ones. It's not always as safe. You're gonna have to mind your step and be aware of some gaps in between. And there is a handrail missing. So yeah, you have to be careful so you don't fall off. I don't know what happened here, but I can tell you that I would love to be as honest as possible always when I do these videos where I give some tours around islands or wherever I am in Southeast Asia. I try to keep it real and I want to highlight always the best things about wherever I am. I also want to show the lesser parts of where I am so you have a proper idea and you won't be disappointed whenever you choose to go wherever I'm going, whatever I'm showing. Don't get me wrong, I feel like we are in paradise, but you're gonna have to mind your step, that's all. It is all part of the adventure. I took you now to Tien Beach. This is, I think, my favorite beach so far. There are a few more to come, but this is nice, guys. You can have a sunbed from 50, maybe 100 baht per day. Pretty much everywhere you go on the island, it's the same prices. If it's low season, sometimes you pay 50. If it's high season, yeah, you better expect to pay about 100 baht per sunbed per day. There's also a little bit of water sports going on. There is a lot of choice for you for accommodation. When you get a sun lounge here at Tien Beach, it is possible to get a soft drink for 30 baht, get a beer for 60 baht. Everything seems to be a little bit more affordable at this beach. Then again, guys, it is also possible to not do this on a motorbike and explore this island via Song Tao. The gentlemen are standing here waiting for you and you maybe have to wait 10 minutes for some other people to hop on board. It's quite easy to walk to Samet Beach, but because I've got a motorbike, I might as well drive there. Driving takes 2 minutes, but it is also possible to walk over to this beach. It takes you about 5 minutes. Samet Beach, a beautiful white sand beach. The wind picked up though, and the waves are quite wild. I'm just gonna take you for a little stroll down the beach, and it is lunchtime, so let's have some lunch. $360 Thai baht. That's like 11 USD. Got your fried chicken, your tom yum goong with fresh prawns on one of the best touristic islands near Bangkok. I think this is a pretty good deal. Now there are some fine dining options, especially in the more upper class resorts here on the island, but overall the prices are still quite affordable and also for the locals quite affordable. So you will see a mixture of Chinese, Indian, European, American tourists, and there will be a lot of Thai tourists coming here as well because it's so close to Bangkok, the most populated city of Thailand. Earlier this video I mentioned that the prices here are about 35% more pricey than mainland. This seems a lot, but still the prices here are quite affordable, especially if you're coming with your euros from Europe or with your USD. I know a few Aussies are watching as well. The Australian dollar is not doing very well compared to the Thai baht. So I think it's like 20 Thai baht for an Australian dollar at the moment. So I'm not too sure if it's really affordable anymore to come from Australia to Thailand. But yeah, pretty much for any Western country, wherever you come from, coming to Thailand, it's still quite affordable, even though the price has gone up quite a bit over the last decade or so. I'm taking you to the last beach. I'd like to show you Pattaya beach. And we're driving now past the village again, Natban village. And it's actually a very lovely street, passing several restaurants, a few little shops. You can just stroll around here, do some shopping, have some seafood, have a drink. This is Pattaya beach. It's not that giant, it's not that big. It's actually only about 80 meters. And it extends a little bit right here. Beautiful. Little rock formation right there. The sand. It's still pretty good. It's not as wide, but you still can call this a wide beach. It is a lot calmer over here. It's hidden away from the wind. And there's nothing but a few sun lounges and a restaurant where we can have our first beer of the day. Cheers. I'm saying this is the first beer, but I think normally I don't film in the evening, but especially because it's so close to Pattaya. Yeah, here, the island, it's very tranquil, but I still want to see if there is a little bit of nightlife for you, if you want to have a few beers in the evening. My wife Nuna is not with me at the moment. If she was with me on the island, I would probably stay on this side of the island, on this very secluded beach. But then again, if it's main season, this might be very packed and too busy. But at the moment, it's very, you can look around, there's not many people, no sunbeds are filled. If you're single, I advise you to go to the main beach. Yeah, if you're here with your loved one, having a little romantic getaway, which is totally possible on this island. And I would stay on this side. There's only a few accommodations on this side of the island, which are luxurious, but there are a few on this island. I counted about 4 or 5 semi-luxury resort hotels. So it is possible to spend some romantic getaway on this island. I highly recommend going here. The only downside, I would say, and we'll see a few stray dogs here at the moment on the beach. There are hundreds of them, especially if you walk around in the evening. Yeah, maybe this is not a big plus for this island. I would be scared walking around in the evening, so I would scooter everything or drive everywhere. I see people getting chased by a group of dogs. They didn't bite, but it's still scary. I don't think there are incidents happening with the stray dogs, not yet at least. But I can see this is turning into a problem in the long run. But maybe they're doing already something about this, I'm not too sure. Good morning, good morning. I just took you to the second last beach, Nual Beach. I'm not too sure if I pronounced that one right, but this is actually quite a nice beach. The beach is a bit rocky, and this actually makes it the perfect snorkel spot just right off the beach. Last night I did go out to check out if there is a bit of nightlife. Now, yet again, it is low season, so it's not very lively, but there are a few venues I went to which has a lot of potential, especially during the peak season. Let's say from November till March. This is actually still quite an enjoyable island if you want to have a little bit of nightlife going on while visiting a tropical island in Thailand, just off the coast of Pattaya. The water, as you can see, is turquoise blue. Nothing like the water in Pattaya. Just a 40-minute ferry drive to mainland, and the water will be a bit brownish. Here, nothing like that. Stunning. And the visibility also, if you want to go snorkeling or scuba diving, is apparently very good over here. There is one last beach I haven't shown you. It's around the corner there. It's like the hidden beach. I leave that over to your imagination, what it looks like. It's a smaller beach without any development, zero development. A great addition to an island like this. Whenever you go to Koh Larn, bring a lot of cash with you, because I basically ask every shop or every restaurant I went to pay by card, and pretty much nowhere this is possible. So cash is king here on the island. They do have ATMs here and you can exchange money here, but it is more convenient for you when you arrive with a bit of cash in your pocket. Now you got a little bit of an idea what Koh Larn has to offer. I highly recommend checking out this island, low season or not. Thank you all for watching till the very end. I'd like to say from Koh Larn in Thailand, bye for now and stay champ.